Hello guys, this is Negacious. And welcome back to some more Katawa Shoujo. And some dark coffee as well. In the last episode we escaped the rain, which interrupted our picnic with Rin and Emi, into a cafe called the Shanghai. And Yuko, the librarian of Yamaku Academy, was there as a waitress. So we ordered something to drink, something to eat, and kinda talked about this and that, and about Emi's secret lover, which is still speculation. But Emi insisted on going running in the middle of the rain, and when we went for our morning run the next day, Emi wasn't there, so we went to ask the nurse, and the nurse said that she's sick, so we are going to go visit her after school. So let's get going. I love libraries. They smell like dust and paper and ink. All these stories and facts and opinions corded together in one place makes the air come alive with potential. I'm not sure how to navigate Yamaku's library yet, having mostly stuck to books I brought with me, so I searched for the librarian to ask for help. Suppose she's not around. Can't believe it! Yuko, looking rather distracted, suddenly emerges from one of the aisles. Jesus Christ. Excuse me. Oh, can I help you? Actually, I was looking for a book. So am I! Advanced cryptography. We just got it in and now it's gone missing. Cryptography? I'd say that belongs to Kenji. I really want to read that one. Cryptography? Yeah, that is... This guy I knew... No, not sure how to describe it. Skip to the end. He got me interested in cryptography, only now the book's gone and I think it's been stolen. Sounds pretty terrible. It's with Kenji! Come on! Yeah, especially because now I have to search the whole library for it. Even though it's probably not even here. You seem busy. A little. She dashes off down another aisle and I resign myself to finding my own damn book. Plenty of choices. Oh, come on, how did I get lost? These aren't even printed books, they're all in Braille. I guess that makes sense in a book school like this, but honestly, it's a little annoying. I'm sorry, is someone there? Oh, Lily. A little thing voice drifts out from behind one of the cubicles set up for research. As I approach, I see that Lily has been reading a book, while I've been stomping about the aisles. Oh no, I should be apologizing. I didn't mean to make so much noise. My, is that you, Hisao? I've not heard from you in quite some time. I was beginning to think you'd forgotten all about me. Aw. Sorry. Lily laughs at that refined manner of hers and shakes her head. I'm only teasing you, Hisao. From what I hear, you've been busy. Morning runs with Emi Ibarazaki and lunch on the rooftop, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Guess word gets around pretty quickly. That, and I can't coax poor Hanako on the roof anymore. You three are always up there, claiming the spot for yourselves. She chides me gently, though it's pretty clear that she's just teasing me again. Still, I feel an odd need to apologize. Sorry, we could eat lunch somewhere else if it's a real problem. Oh no, I wouldn't worry about it. Hanako and I have other things to do at lunch too. Such as read in the library, as you can see. Oh, Hanako's here too? I didn't see her. Lily smiles a bit enigmatically. Oh, She's around somewhere. But I'm surprised, Hisao. You're in here instead of up there. What brings you to the library? Well, Emmy's ill, so there's no lunch on the rooftop to keep me occupied. Lily raises an eyebrow at my statement before giving another chuckle. My, poor Rin must have feel left out. Must feel, yeah. It's not like that. Ah, but I'm sure it isn't. Emmy tends to be the life of whatever group she's in. It's a shame to hear she's fallen ill. Will she be okay? Somehow I get the feeling that Lily is just inquiring out of politeness, but I respond anyway. The nurse thinks so. I'm going to swing by and see how she's doing after school myself. Another raised eyebrow. My, what a noble gentleman you are, Hisao. It's nothing really, just checking up on my friend after all. Ah, so it's just friends, is it? How disappointing. Come on, Hisao, there's like hints everywhere. Literally everywhere. Although, Hisao is the protagonist of the story, so that makes him an automatic dumbass with girls. Or women. I blush, glad that Lily can't see it. But somehow she knows that I've been flustered by her comment anyway and laughs. I'm sorry, Hisao, I'm teasing you again. Please do tell Emmy that I hope she feels better, won't you? A glance at my watch reveals that I'm very nearly out of time to find my book. Of course. Hey, I've got to find a book before lunch is over, so I'd better get moving. See you later. That was probably not the best phrase to use. Lily, however, takes my guff in stride. Until we meet again, Hisao. I never do find the book I was looking for, but I walk out with something else instead. My stomach growls slightly, letting me know that I should have had something for lunch. Oh well. I'll grab something before I visit Emmy later. It seems as if time has decided to slow down for the express purpose of annoying the hell out of me. Class feels like it drags on for ages. I suspect that my being consumed with worry has probably something to do with it. Blessedly, the bell rings and I dash out of the class, drawing a few raised eyebrows, I'm sure. I have spent the majority of the day fretting as unobtrusively as I could. Who the hell uses that in their inner monologue? Unobtrusively. Even though the nurse thinks that Emmy is perfectly okay, I want to see for myself. It doesn't take long to get to the girls' dormitory and make my way to Emmy's room. Standing outside her door, I suddenly pause. What if she's resting? I'd hate to wake her up, especially if she's still feeling ill. Then again, if she sleeps all day, then it could throw off her sleeping schedule. But rest is important if you're ill, isn't it? I can't decide what to do, so I settle for standing outside the door, looking like an idiot. Then I hear Emmy's voice from behind the door. Thanks for your concern, but I really am okay. Is she talking to me? No, that's the other guy. I'll see you at practice tomorrow. Guess not. Still, clearly she's not asleep, so I can knock without worry. So why this clenched feeling in my gut? I wasn't nervous about dropping by the other day, so why today? Granted, I still haven't really had time to figure out this newfound interest in Emmy's well-being. I don't have a lot of experience in the matter, of course, but certainly this seems to go beyond feelings of mere friendship. Yes, Hisao, yes it goes. But could I take that step? Could I even bring myself to risk what I have right now? I mean, it's enough to be friends with her, isn't it? Either way, shouldn't I just open the door and see how she's doing? That's why I came here, right? What if she's not dressed yet? I'm sure that comes later on, Hisao. And that means editing for me. The image that flashes through my mind causes my heart to skip a beat, literally. I should probably not ever think those thoughts again. Not if I want to avoid a heart attack. Literally killed by sexiness. That would be the most hilarious cause of death ever. I suddenly realized I'm still standing in the hallway looking like an idiot. Amy still seems to be in the middle of the conversation, but I knock anyway. Hopefully she won't mind the interruption. You worry too much. Come in! The door's unlocked! So it is. I open the door and step in, which is about where my thought process comes to a grinding halt. Oh. Amy is sitting up in bed, her hair tousled from a day spent asleep. I think this is the first time I've seen her without those familiar beads in her hair. Her gym shirt and bloomers, obviously hastily pulled on before I came in, are creased and folded from less than proper storage. Ah! Her legs lay bare on the sheets. I've never seen Amy without prosthetics before, yet here she is, slender legs terminating in stumps just below her knees. But as odd as the sight is, I find myself more captivated by everything north of the waist. It seems that Amy had finished her conversation with whoever was on the phone with her and is now watching my reaction closely out of her one open eye as she wipes sleep from the other. Her expression, far from being embarrassed, is rather one of a surprisingly wide yawn, one perhaps appropriate from such a small mouth. A grin that for a brief moment seems almost flirtatious tugs at the corner of her mouth as she takes the sight of me in. I can do nothing but remain in a state fluctuating between fear, confusion, and not a little bit of lust. Amy hastily sweeps her hair out of her eyes, fixing it back into place before addressing me. You seem a bit caught off guard, Hisao. A wave of laughter erupts from her, and I find myself grinning and rubbing the back of my head ruefully. Sorry, I've just never seen someone so disheveled look so attractive. Never seen you without your legs on. Never seen you look so... I'm sorry. Amy giggles again and moves to sit up a little straighter. I'm caught up in the movements of her shirt, very nearly losing myself. I was wondering what your reaction would be. The nurse called and told me you were going to drop by, you see. And I know you haven't seen me, well, you know, without legs. I respond in a tone of casual surprise. Oh, you don't have them on? I didn't notice. This is almost the truth. I very nearly didn't. I'm not trying to be suave or anything, mind you. Somehow I think Amy would get offended by that. Instead, she sticks her tongue out at me and chucks a pillow at my head. Ass! Every time there's a swear word, my voice just goes back to my default, like, ass! I deftly catch the pillow and take careful aim before throwing. Amy laughs and rolls to one side, dodging my shot, the shifting of her shirt distracting me enough so that the next thrown pillow hits me right between the eyes. Oof! I retaliate, of course, and once I've retaliated twice, well, a war was bound to break out sooner or later. And really, when Amy appears to have far better aim than me, well, it was just a matter of time before I'd have to resort to a suicidal charge. Gotcha! Yeep! What the... Those fucking Batman sound effect visuals. Bam! Piff! Boom! That was gold. Holy shit. And once the charge was accomplished, well, of course I'd have to wrestle the pillows away from her. And with that kind of struggle, of course we'd wind up in this sort of position. Don't throw anything NSFW, please. Okay, good. Oh, thank God. I thought there was gonna be... good. I don't want to edit yet. And so I find myself staring down at her from my position atop her. She's grinning, eyes sparkling with amusement, maybe a little sweaty maybe a little sweaty now from our tussle. Her chest is heaving up and down, sucking in air. The small bit of my brain that is not currently enraptured by the sight and the smell of her observes that she must still be ill, because her stamina is not what it should be. And we stay that way for a while. I'm not sure how long, because everything seems to go fuzzy. Everything that isn't her, anyway. Her eyes meet mine, and deep inside, I almost catch a glimpse of... what? Fear? Longing? Hope? Emmy... A cough suddenly convulses her, and I'm almost stumbling in my haste to get off, to apologize for everything. Sorry, I shouldn't have... It's fine, it's fine! She gives me a reassuring pat on the shoulder. So, what brings you here? She's still breathing hard, and that causes her voice to shake slightly. Well, before I was so rudely assaulted by pillows, I came to see how you were doing. Wham! Those fucking Batman effects, man. That's fucking good. This earns me another shove, and I very nearly fall off her bed. Emmy's eyes sparkle again, and I wonder how I never noticed how attractive they were before. Consumed with worry, were you? Her tone is mocking, haughty, teasing. She throws in her arm across her forehead dramatically, grin still apparent from underneath. Couldn't bear the thought of me laying deadly ill? As we both recover from our brief wrestling match, Emmy appears to fall back on teasing me. Well, I wouldn't say consumed with worry, but after you didn't show up this morning like a total wuss? Emmy pouts, crossing her arms patently and sticking her lower lip out. Aw. It's not my fault. Nurse wouldn't allow it. Sure he wouldn't. I completely believe you. Emmy sticks her tongue out again. You're such a... Shush. Let's try that again. You're such a jerk, Hisao. So, how was your day then, huh? Did you enjoy slacking off? Not really. The phone woke me up pretty early on. The phone? Yeah. The captain of the team called to make sure I was doing okay. Also to let me know it's okay to skip practice. Good, at least she wasn't alone all day. Someone checked up on her. Although I can't help but think that it should have been me. Oh, that's good. He really keeps an eye on you, huh? Emmy shrugs. It's his job. Being part of being captain means that you have to know where your team members are when they're not in school. Still, I guess it was nice of him to call, huh? Yeah, sure was. Emmy yawns and shimmies down into a more comfortable position. So, how was your day? Kind of uneventful, you know. I went ahead and ran by myself and talked with the nurse about how you were doing. I meander through the day's events, none of which are particularly engrossing. That's when I'm distracted by an arm finding its way across my waist. It seems that Emmy fell asleep while I was talking, so I draw her blanket to cover us. Aww. She's rolled on onto her side, and now one leg's thrown over my legs, effectively trapping me. Bedroom shenanigans! Hey, it seems a shame to wake her, but I have things to do. I gently shake her, but in response, she only tightens her arms, gripping me, and sighs a little. My resistance to this position crumbles rather quickly. The feeling of her body breathing steadily is both calming and incredibly stimulating at the same time. My breathing cannot decide if it wants to relax or speed up. Relaxation wins, and I find myself putting an arm around Emmy. I think I'm in love. The words slip out and hang in the air unnoticed. At least I hope they've gone unnoticed. Emmy whimpers weakly through her dream, and her grip suddenly tightens again. For the first time since I've known her, I see tears running down Emmy's face. It feels like my heart is about to break. I instinctively tighten my own grip and stroke her hair in what I hope is a soothing manner. Words of comfort, meaningless in the situation, spring to mind. Maybe I should wake her. Are you supposed to wake people having nightmares? I can't for the life of me remember. The decision is taken from me as Emmy suddenly jerks away with a cry. Dad! This is more than I think I want to hear without her knowing. I quickly sit upright and gently shake her shoulder to stir her. Hey, you okay? What a silly question. Huh? What? Hisao? She shakes her head as if to clear it and quickly wipes her eyes. You had a nightmare, I think. Emmy shudders again and glances up at me a little cautiously, as if unsure whether or not she's actually up. Yeah, I guess so. You wanna talk about it? A speedy internal debate seems to be going on in her head, which resolves itself with a shrug. Nah, I don't really remember much of it. I'm pretty sure she's lying to me, but somehow I don't think I should press the issue. Emmy shudders again and turns towards me, looking a little sheepish. Sorry for falling asleep on you like that. I keep my voice as soothing as I can. Hey, don't worry about it. You've been ill. Yeah, I guess that cold medicines just made me a little drowsy. I guess so. Emmy does not strike me as the sort of person who'd fall asleep at the drop of a hat. Rin maybe, but Emmy is far too energetic. Emmy gives me a half smile at my response, and then just like that, she's back to her old self. Well, prepare yourself for tomorrow morning, Hisao. We'll have to go twice as hard to make up for today. But I went running this morning. No excuse. Oh, fine. I'll be ready for you. Emmy nods, satisfied. Good. I take this as my cue to exit. Well, I'd better get going, especially if I want to get enough sleep for tomorrow. I hop off the bed and head for the door. Hey, Hisao! I pivot neatly on my heel and face Emmy. She opens her mouth to say something, and then in another first, I see her falter slightly. She closes her mouth and opens it again. Thanks. For dropping by, I mean. You're kind of the first visitor I've ever had who wasn't Rin. Now that's surprising. I would figure that Emmy'd have people dropping by all the time. She's certainly popular enough, or so I thought, always talking to people in the hallways. Emmy hesitates again. And thanks for staying around after well... A look of pain flits across her face. You know, it helped. She brightens back up and waves cheerily at me. See you tomorrow! Yeah, see you later. I'm just about to exit the door when something makes me turn around again. Hey, Emmy. Anytime you need to talk, let me know, okay? Emi seems to be taken aback by this offer. Her grin gets even wider. Sure thing, Hisao. See you in the morning. I exit Emi's room with my head in a whirl. Should I have even left? Was she really okay? I want to turn around and march back down the hallway, open the door and tell her. Tell her I love her. Tell her I think she's beautiful. Tell her that I'll be there when she needs me. I want to stay with her, to hold her close as she falls back to sleep. How many nights has she woken up like that? Only to find that nobody's there. I want to be that person she can be with when that happens. It's a silly thought, I know. We don't know each other that well, do we? The whole idea, while exhilarating, also makes me worry. Worry, perhaps, that I'd overstep my bounds. Also, I'm sorry, I'm lowering the volume on my voice system at the same time to reduce the white noise. And now to add to my troubles, it seems as if Emi herself has already an interest in someone else. This track captain of hers who seems so interested in her well-being. True, I've only seen the two of them together a few times, but that doesn't change the fact that they seem better suited to one another. There's really nothing to be done about that. I need to take my mind off of this whole situation. I've got homework to do. Maybe that will distract me. A night of restlessness has left me feeling fairly groggy this morning. The events of the previous day keep intruding upon my mind. The memory of how Emi felt against me. The memory of our wrestling match. And most bothersome, the memory of her nightmare. She was in so much pain. I can't stop wondering what it must be like for her to wake up with nobody there. The shower shocks me awake with hot water. Awake, but still worried. What will happen today? Will things just go back to normal? End of the episode, back to the status quo? There was a connection yesterday, something that nearly pushed us past the boundaries of a normal friendship. Would that have been so bad? My mind goes back to the look in Emi's eyes after our pillow fight. It almost seemed like she was daring me to go on. Almost. This sexy piano. But I can't know for sure. Anyway, the track captain's probably first in her affections. But even if I say that, my mind's already snorting derisively. I'm just looking for an excuse. A reason for everything to go wrong. A reason not to try. It's not as if I've ever seen the two of them together outside of track practice. And clearly he's never visited. Emi said as much herself. If they were close, surely he'd visit. I'm such a wuss. I ought to just go for it anyway. Damn the consequences. That's what Emi would do, I think. Hell, I know that's what she'd do. Which is partially why I'm convinced there's no interest on her end. She hasn't acted either. Maybe because of this track captain. It's possible she's got a bit of an unrequited crush thing going on. But who would be able to clarify their relationship? It sure as hell can't be Emi. She'd probably just laugh and ask why I want to know. And I'm not ready to answer that yet. Rin would probably just give me some cryptic answer or something. And then with my luck, she'd just ask Emi, who would ask me why I want to know, and I've already covered that problem. I wonder. Could I get away with asking the nurse? He seems pretty protective of Emmy. I'm sure he'd know if something was up. And he owes me for not letting Emmy know he forgot to tell me about her being ill, so he'll keep quiet. What if he asks me why I want to know, though? I can shake him off. Just say I'm curious as a friend. He'll bite at home, won't he? Of course! That's settled then. After the run, I'll talk to him while Emmy's waiting outside the office. There's no sign of Emmy when I arrived at the track. Is she still too ill? I decide to give her 10 minutes. I'm a little early, and she was ill yesterday, so if she takes a while to show up, it shouldn't be surprising. Still, I'd hate to just waste my time, so I occupy myself by stretching and pacing back and forth anxiously. What if I went too far yesterday? What if she doesn't come because she's embarrassed? What if... There she is. You're early... Actually... Let's just go on for a little while longer. I want to see how this turns out. You're early again, Hisao. I'm impressed. Just like that, I feel some of the tension leaving my body. Emmy seems to be bright and cheerful as usual, with no sign that she ever even was ill the other day, much less had than a less than restful sleep. Still, I have to ask. Sleep well last night? It's just a throwaway question, small talk. I need to stop this episode. The sort of thing people ask someone they bump into in the cafe while getting their morning coffee. But not for us. At least not for me. I don't know if Emmy realizes I'm actually concerned about how well she slept last night, but the question does give her a pause. After a short moment of what seems to be her genuinely pondering this, she nods. Yep, sure did. Okay, that's where we are going to leave off this episode of Katawa Shoujo. If you enjoyed the episode, I personally loved this episode, because Hisao is finally entering that kinda mode where she is in love with Emmy, but kinda hesitates to do anything like towards her, like as a move. I like that kind of drama. So, I suppose next episode we'll be going running, and thank you for watching. Make sure to comment down below if you have any feedback. Click that like button if you want to show your appreciation, and click the subscribe and the bell button next to the subscribe button to get all of my videos into your subbox. My name was Negacious. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in my next video.